Making the right decision, whether it's as simple as to get a haircut or not, or as significant as deciding to quit a job, isn't always easy. Interestingly, the first thing psychologists advise is not to fear making the wrong choice, because almost anything can be reconsidered and changed as long as cynical as it may sound, we're alive and not lying under 6 feet of earth. Even hastily cut hair can grow back, and a new job can be found. If you want to make the right decisions from the start, do it smart. So, let's get started. Before making a decision, make sure you eat and rest. This isn't a joke. It's a fact backed by science. Low glucose levels can affect cognitive processes. Your brain slows down, and your nervous system becomes more reactive. Imagine this scenario. You're hungry, and suddenly you need to make an important decision. Should you invest in a new project or end a partnership? In this state, you're more likely to make a hasty, emotional decision. So, have a snack or even take a short nap to recharge and reduce stress levels. This will help you approach the issue with a clearer, more objective mind. Also, reading articles on the importance of slowing down can shift your perspective on serious challenges. Write down the pros and cons of each option. This classic approach remains relevant because it's simple and effective. Let's say you're considering ending a deal with a difficult client. In the pros column, you'd have less stress and more time for other projects. In the cons column, you might list the risk of losing stable income, potential damage to your reputation, and your boss's disapproval. This approach helps you see the bigger picture and realize whether short-term satisfaction is worth the potential drawbacks. Identify the cost of failure. It might seem like everything can be resolved with positive thinking, but it's crucial to understand what you could truly lose. For example, if you decide to buy a new smartphone, the consequences might include overspending your budget and having to cut back on other expenses, facing arguments at home about spending, delaying an important purchase for your family. Now, imagine if you don't buy the smartphone. What's the worst that could happen? Most likely you'll stick with what you have, but save money and maintain peace at home. Compare these outcomes to determine what's more important. Take small steps for each option. Try a test run of your decision first. For example, show that new bag to your friends or draft an email to the client, but don't send it just yet. This will help you gauge your feelings. Do you feel relieved or confident? Great. It's a sign you're on the right track. If your doubts grow stronger, that's a sign too. It might be time to rethink your plan. Expand the number of options. We often limit ourselves to a few choices. Do it or don't. But there are often more solutions if you look more broadly. Say you're thinking of buying a new bag. Why not check for discounts or wait for seasonal sales? Or search for an alternative in online stores at a lower price. You could split the decision into smaller parts. Consider layaway, saving up gradually, or even checking vintage shops for similar items. Draw a Descartes square. This method is an interesting decision-making tool created in the 17th century by René Descartes. Divide a piece of paper into 4 squares and fill each one with a question. What positive outcomes will happen if I make this decision? What positive outcomes will happen if I don't? What negative outcomes will happen if I make this decision? What negative outcomes will happen if I don't? For example, if you're deciding on a new job, the answers might look like this. Positive, new experiences and a better salary. Negative, more stress and less family time. This in-depth comparison helps you see the situation from multiple angles and make a well-thought-out decision. In conclusion, making decisions, whether minor or life-changing, can often feel overwhelming. However, by following this simple practical advices, you can approach decision-making with greater confidence and clarity. Remember, no decision is set in stone. There is always room to adapt and adjust as long as life goes on. Embrace the process, learn from each outcome, and trust that you have the tools to navigate whatever comes next. That's it for today. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Thanks for being with us.